My name is Nicole Donnelly. I'm a primary school teacher here in St Peter's Primary School in Clough, and I teach a composite primary 1 and 2 class, which has 30 children in it, ranging between the ages of 4 and 6. And the children in my class, some have very social and emotional needs, there are some learning needs in my class, and some different learning styles. And there are some visual learning styles within the children in my class, and I find Equatio has really helped with those children. So we use a lot of the Equatio tools to help the foundation stage, but in particular in the foundation stage, we would use shapes, smart shapes, infinite cloner, where they can continuously move a shape, like Numicon. We would use Numicon a lot as well, both practically and then digitally. So imported images is a big thing for us in Equatio, and they are able to use both the digital and the practical resource. So if I created a place value or an addition task for the primary 1s and 2s, we would have Numicon on the table beside them, which is practical, and they're able to figure out and solve the problem on the table, and then able to apply their knowledge to the task we've created on the screen, which has imported images of Numicon. So it's making it more practical and engaging for them in their learning. The ability to apply the children's practical understanding to a digital task is just phenomenal. Like children who have taken, a paper resource, and on that paper resource they might be able to put their understanding down on paper, but because we have taken it to Equatio, there's more equity and it's accessible for all the learners in our class. And those children who struggle to complete a traditional pencil and paper or cut and stick are keen to try and excited to give an Equatio task a try. No matter how difficult they may find it, they're always willing to give it a go. The teachers are more keen, and me myself, I'm more keen to give an Equatio task a try, or to set a task that will challenge the children a little bit more, because we are coming into a more digital world and this is the things they need to learn about. And finally, it makes math more accessible and engaging for every student, and I just love using it with my class. I love it and the children love it, and that just makes learning much more fun and enjoyable.
My name is Katrina Kennedy. I am a P45 teacher here at St Peter's in Clough. It's a class of 32 students, and it's a mixed class, so it's P45 with a lot of specific learning needs, including dyslexia, dyscalculia, ADHD, and just children with mild learning difficulties. So this year at St Peter's, we have started using a new math scheme called Busy Ants. And I suppose I find it quite challenging with the students, because since COVID, I'm not sure if, I think students have this almost like a learned helplessness, where they were waiting for you to come around and help them, whether it be one-on-one or waiting for like one of the classroom assistants. And obviously you can't, it's really hard to get around 32 students, bearing in mind all the specific needs, and especially when you're teaching a composite class. And so when I spoke to Chanel about it and she introduced Equatio, it was like, she was like an angel, because just the amount, the change that I've seen in the students with their attitude towards maths and how engaged they are now, whereas that it's just a night and day, to be honest, from I started with the Busy Ants program and now having introduced Equatio as their workspace. Now it's just night and day. For me, being able to link and get them thinking across just linking the different areas of maths, and it's so easily done with Equatio. I just don't know how I would do those sorts of questions without it, and how the children would be able to show me or also talk about it. So using the speech input for them to record their thinking as well, because often in maths we want to know what the students are thinking, and we'll say to them, oh, how did you work that out? And they'll say, oh, I just did it in my head. But the fact that they can talk while they're completing their tasks and explain to you what they're doing and exactly what they're doing, it's unbelievable to get that insight into their thinking. And obviously as a teacher, knowing what the next steps for me to teach them, it's invaluable. It's just, I can't emphasize enough how much it has changed the way I teach and the way the students, their attitude towards learning. I just think that the amount that we're getting through in a lesson You know, for example, teaching right angles, obtuse and acute angles. We used a right angle checker. They were able to go through. I just think that we would have spent a whole lesson, whereas the children got through that in 20 minutes and we were able to move on with something else. It's one of those things that it's allowed me to give that accessibility for all and make the learning here really, I suppose, equitable for them all, that they can all access the same learning. I'm teaching them all the same things. I can share all their what they've done on the board after, and you know, just having a Quatio as that support is fantastic.